We've been spending a lot of time talking about Bill 21. Very disappointed, at least I was, to see that the school boards have all rolled over, and this is just our new reality. Heartened by David Hertel's comments on the panel this morning, alongside Trudy Mason and myself, saying that we got to give it a chance for the courts to work this one out, that it is not dead yet. But I would imagine that many are quite upset, including our next guest. I used to see him on the panel all the time. I love Robert Green, Westmount High school teacher, soon to be Kamala Harris High School. That's what I say every time I drive by. How are you, sir?
Doing? I'm doing well, thank you.
Good. So tell me, how do you feel about the school boards deciding to roll over on Bill 21?
Well, let me just say, back in the spring, when the school boards had said that they were going to be, taking a courageous stand against this bill, I think I spoke with Elias and told him that I had never been more proud to be a teacher in the English Montreal School Board. I'll just say that I am not feeling that same pride today. I'm feeling just incredibly disappointed, as are many of my colleagues right now.
Does this affect any of your colleagues?
Absolutely. We've got a teacher at our school, Miss Ahmed, who wears the hijab, and though she's not losing her job because of the grandfather clause, she still nonetheless has been effectively rendered a second-class citizen. Should she choose to move and work in another school board, she won't be allowed to. If she wanted to become a principal, she can't. So, the opportunities that are in front of most teachers in Quebec are not available to her, and that is only because of her religious faith.
Robert, when did you find out that this was going to be the play by the school boards?
I heard about it actually as it was happening. I was listening to the CBC and hearing them report on what was going on in that meeting. Wow. And so, and then, of course, the next morning I was following all of the news on that.
So is there anything, have you spoken to other teachers? Is there anything you can do or want to do?
Well, there's certainly some talk. It's sort of early, but we're definitely talking about maybe getting a letter writing campaign to the Council of Commissioners to try to put some pressure on them to reconsider this and show the kind of courage that they demonstrated last spring, because as a history teacher. I think about this in the historical context, and the fact is that throughout history, when the rights of minorities have been sort of attacked by the majority, when the majority uses its weight against the minority, it's time to start considering, I think, all options, and that includes civil disobedience, because the stakes are so high. Here at Westmount High, we have so many brilliant young girls who wear the hijab and young boys who wear the kippah. And, their future now is being limited. They as well have been effectively rendered second-class citizens. And this is an affront to the values of public education, not to mention the values of a democratic society.
In conversation with Westmount High school teacher Robert Green, talking about Bill 21 and the fact that the school boards have now rolled over and said that they're going to adhere to the law. What to you, Robert, would be an acceptable type of civil disobedience?
Well, I think that the board does need to consider, sticking to their stance of not implementing this bill and seeing what the consequences are. Because, if we agree to having members of our community rendered second-class citizens, if we don't stand up against that, we're in a way complicit with it. And the school boards are also under attack by this government. They're threatening to shut the school boards down. And the whole reason why we have school boards is for them to defend our interests. And I think this is just an opportunity for the English school boards to show why it is they exist, to stand up for the members of their community, and in so doing, show why it's so important to have school boards.
Do you think you're going to get slapped on the wrists for this interview?
No, I don't. I don't think so. No.
Good. What message do you want to send to the students who are they back yet, or are they back soon?
They're back next week.
Okay, so this is day one homeroom. Here's the deal, guys. What do you want to say to them?
Well, I think I'm going to echo what you were just mentioning there. That was the discussion on the political panel this morning. That this battle is not over. There are, citizen actions that are going to continue, and there are also legal actions that are going to continue. I think one of the biggest misconceptions that's been promoted by the government is that, we're just going to pass this law and then the whole issue is going to be settled. It's not settled. As long as people's fundamental rights are being stepped on, this will never end. There is going to be a struggle that's going to happen. And so, I think, just the message to students is, yes, we've got some scary things happening in our society, but history has shown that when, concerned citizens stand up and speak up and organize and engage, that even the most powerful governments in the world, can't stop them. So I think we just are going to need to look at what are the possibilities to sort of continue the resistance.
A couple of minutes left with Westmount High School teacher Robert Green, quickly becoming my favorite high school teacher in the province. What do you think of the CAC not allowing parents to pull their kids from classes taught by teachers with religious symbols? That was a bit of a curveball, wasn't it?
Well, yeah, although, it's not surprising. I think they have to defend the grandfather clause. But, the fact that 50 parents, wrote that letter, that open letter in Le Devoir, calling that they should have the right to pull their kids out of a classroom where there's a teacher with a hijab. It just shows exactly what so many critics of Bill 21 have been saying since the beginning, that when government legitimizes this kind of xenophobic policies, it becomes echoed in the population. And we see that letter is a perfect example of that, as are the wave of hate crimes that have been directed against the Muslim community, for the last several months, and as we saw as well during the whole Charter of Values debate. It's
an unbelievable scene right now. I'm wondering if you've ever felt this trepidation heading into a school year.
No, it is a really, really hard thing to wrap my head around, because, I have gone into public education because I believe in sort of helping students from all backgrounds see their future and become, active members of the society in which they live. And, that the government is working against that, is just almost unimaginable for me. I never thought when I signed up to become a teacher that I'd be working under a government that was trying to take away the fundamental rights of my students. Robert Green, solidarity, sir. Thank you for your time. Really, really do appreciate it. A great pleasure. Thank you so much. I think I want to be that guy when I grow up. It's coming up on 11:15 when we come back. Is Brexit a done deal as they march off the cliffs of Dover? We'll speak with a program coordinator from the Monk School in Toronto and hopefully get to the bottom of what is a very, very, what would they say, a sticky wicket, right?